because, I don't know, our Route 220, our 263, because that was like our bus route. And I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. And we thought maybe just route. And I thought, well, we always call our bus Earle's bus, because Earle's just an infamous bus driver. He's like the best bus driver in all of Orillia. And I just said, you know, just Earle's bus. I said, you know, that kind of has like a cool name to it. Like, and Mark kind of thought that was Earle's bus. I thought, yeah, we kind of liked it. We like ran it by Chris Pink, who at the time was singing with us too, and like he really liked it. He just thought it was weird, and just came from that. I just thought we all go on Earle's bus except for Chris, because Shane, Mike, and Mark and myself, we all go on the same bus. It's just kind of ironic that there's no one really goes on Earle's bus anymore. That's in the new group Earle's bus.
Okay, this next song is called Teenage Alcoholic.
Mike Davies and I, and Shane Burke, and a guy named Blake Johnson got together in Blake's basement, and we started just doing some Nirvana and Jimi Hendrix stuff, and we didn't really have a name, and then we didn't really like the way Blake played the drums. Like, he's just kind of beginning, so, I knew this guy named Chuck Burton who played drums, so I said, well, why don't we get Chuck doing drums for us? So we did, and then we started going to Shane Burke's basement, and then it just happened that all of us, Mike and I, and Shane and Chuck, all rode on this guy Earle's bus as our school bus. So Chuck goes, like, we were trying to think of a name for the band, and Chuck goes, oh, why don't we call ourselves Earle's Bus? And at first, we didn't really know what to think of it. Some people didn't like it, some people thought it was really strange, but Shane and I and Chuck liked it, so it stuck, and then it was just Earle's Bus. And then, I guess around February or something, I was hanging around Adam that year, and we kind of, I don't know, there's something happening with Chuck. He didn't have enough time for Earle's Bus because he was in some rap band. So I said to Adam, I said, would you like to come out and do drums for us? And I said, for Earle's Bus, and he goes, oh, who's Earle's Bus? And I said, well, it's kind of a dumb name, but, da da da. So he started coming out, and we just kind of started working on stuff, and eventually we wrote some of our own stuff.
All right.
Why did I leave Earle's Bus? Ooh, that's a touchy question. Well, in the summer of '94, we had Chris Pink as the singer, and there was some hard feelings developing between me and Chris, and Shane and Chris, and Adam and Chris. So Mike was kind of indifferent, and or so he says. So he told me then. we were just, I don't know, different, I guess a clash of personalities or something. So Chris went to college, and we all said to each other, well, he can't sing for us now, he's in college, he's an hour and a half away, we can't have him as our singer now. So we had to find a new singer, and we looked around, and none of the people that auditioned I really liked too much. So I guess it boiled down to just maybe the style of music changing, and I just didn't like the new singers, that I just didn't take to them. So nothing against Eric or anything like that, it's just, I don't know.
Okay,
I had a different band in mind, so now I'm in a different band.
Well, before I went away to college in the summertime, Adam and I weren't getting along too well, and there was some personal conflicts there which really had nothing to do with anyone else, really. Well, I don't know, maybe they did indirectly, but directly they didn't have anything to do with anyone else. It was basically we didn't get along or anything, so when I went away to college, I couldn't make it home that often because at that time I didn't have a car. And so, I don't know, I was never there, so I guess they just kind of got a new singer because, it was kind of pointless to have me as a singer in the band still because, I couldn't make it.
Well, Mark Earle was planning on having a new band after Earle's bus because he wasn't happy with the music that Earle was playing. So we were playing at the Steelworkers Hall one night, and Chris Pink said to Shane Burke, yeah, I'm starting a new band with Mark and Mike, and Mike's going to play bass for me, which was new to me because I never heard anything like this. So then Adam, suppose, thought that I was leaving because Chris told Shane that I was, and he replaced me with Eric Munich. And from there I really didn't have much of a choice where to go. But I played with Earle's Bus for a while afterwards. I played at the Edge with them once. And we played the talent show after that, the OD talent show. The infamous incident now. And from there, I joined Mark's and Chris's band. And it turns out it's probably better for myself anyway. I think I wasn't exactly kicked out, but at the same time I didn't really have much choice in the matter. It seems that it's really hard to describe. I didn't want to leave, but at the same time I wasn't feeling bad about leaving. I didn't necessarily say I'm leaving the band, but at the same time, when you're kicked out, it's like you're gone from the band, you can't play with us. But I was still in the band for a while, although I was actually replaced. I was still playing with the band for a while. Well, Eric Munich was, and he was my replacement, obviously. And so for a while I was still with the band, and then after that I decided to leave after that. So I did, in fact, I suppose I was probably a bit of both. I was kicked out of the band, and I quit the band. I was kicked out of the band first, and after I quit. So it's really kind of confusing.
I didn't have any problems with Mike Davies. It was Mark Kurzweil and Chris Pink, the idea. Anyways, we did the demo tape in here. It was supposed to be a full length, put it on the reel, and we thought Mark Kurzweil and Shane Burke was going to be doing the vocals, and then all of a sudden one day, Chris Pink shows up, lays down all the tracks before I even heard about it. And after that, I got, pretty stained. And then next thing I know, I asked Mark if I could put just a couple words on the cover, like thanks and stuff. He said no. I couldn't even put one word on the cover. Not one. And then all of a sudden, all our tunes weren't even on the demo tape anymore. 3 of his tunes were on there. And if you can find one paragraph in the inside cover without his name in it, I'll give you $100. Okay, it's a little contest for you to win.
I don't know. I don't really have to say. We were supposed to have about 12 or 13 songs on it when we first started, and then it got cut down to 6 or so because we couldn't finish them in time, and we only had 3 or 4 recording sessions, and Bob had to do a bunch of the recordings for the school, like for the communications class, and we didn't have time to finish it. So it ended up being a maxi single with 3 songs.
When we did the tape, we recorded it here in Twin Lakes, and my friend Bob Hawkins, he was like kind of the overseer, the producer, but there was actually, Shane helped a lot in the production, I helped a lot in the production, Rick Worrell, he was a sound engineer, he helped a lot in the production. And Donna Doyle was also partly her project to record us and everything. So Shane and I did some mixing down, and Rick Worrell helped us mix down one of the songs. And then Shane and I went down to Toronto to the company that makes your tapes up, and we got the tapes made up. And this is the truth, although some people would like to think otherwise. When Shane and I were doing up the inside of the tape cover, like I designed it, I got my friend Joel to make up this cool logo. I put the cover in, typed up the inside, and I was saying, Shane, can you think of anyone else that we need to thank? And he looked at it and he said, he read it over and he put in a couple things, and then I said, that's it? And he goes, yeah. He goes, that's about all I can think of. And I said, well, all right. So we printed up 50 tape covers, and they were put in tapes. And then when the tapes came back, Adam was, to put it mildly, a little angry with me because I didn't thank Chantel for helping us move equipment at one of our gigs. And like Shane didn't either, because Shane and I we typed up the inside, the special thanks, and he flipped out on me, but he obviously didn't care that Shane forgot too, which was, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. But, and then, what else was he mad about? I don't know. No, he said something else too. Oh yeah, he said, why is your name in there for contact, because you're not even in the band? And my reasoning was that Christian Pink and I have the rights to the lyrics on that tape. So if we were going to send a demo tape to some place, I'd want to know, because they're my copyrights. I wouldn't want them, hey, Shane Burke, hey, we like this song, or we, something like that. Not that any company would send me a letter saying they like this song, but just the off chance. And I said to Adam, well, I'm not in the band now, but when these songs were recorded, this is the old Earle's Bus, like, that's how it was, So the tape was made up, and that's just how it was, and then Adam and I don't talk now.
I was involved in the recording engineering of the tape. Of course, the band's not the same as it was that recorded that tape, and a lot of the guys that are in the band now helped record, but the stuff didn't get put on the tape because it just didn't work out well. So yeah, I was involved.
Tell them what the song's called.
Oh, okay. This is one of our own called Why Warm Why.
Eric. now I get it.
Mike, Adam.
Alright, this song's called Belonging. We just wrote it like 2 nights ago, so...
What song is it? What?
Belonging.
What?
Belonging. Alright.